everybody, and welcome to Sunday Quirky Kitchen. I love that name, Quirky Kitchen. It's boiling hot here. There's a Kalima. I can't even, it's a good job that I don't want to go outside because I can't, because the pool's not open and it's supposed to be open tomorrow and everything's supposed to be opening, but I'm not sure that it will be. Now, today I'm doing something absolutely gorgeous, or at least I hope it will be. And it's a special way of cooking a duck or a chicken. And this is going to be with a sort of Chinese flavour to it. And what we're doing is we're sticking a can of cider up the duck's bottom, right? How would you like a can of cider shoved up your bottom? Well, this duck doesn't actually care. So I've got a can of cider here, and what you have to do is pour out half of it. That half I will put into a glass, put it in the fridge, and I will drink it. Okay, now you've got your half your can of cider there. Into the top here I'm going to put 2 cloves of garlic and a chunk of ginger chopped up. Now the idea is that duck actually steams from the inside, but the outside will crisp up. So at the moment I've got the oven on number 180, and it's going to go in the oven for 1 hour on 180. I'm then going to bring it out and baste it with a mixture that I will show you later, and it goes in the oven for another hour. So in theory it will be nice and tender, but the outside will be quite dark and crispy. You always have to be careful that it doesn't burn because, as you know, the duck is very fatty. So this is quite a good way of doing it, because you know you normally would cook a duck on a trivet and then all the fat would go through and you would have to mess around with it quite a lot. This, the duck is suspended on the top of the can. I think that's enough. Now the garlic and the ginger are in the cider. I'm going to put some soya sauce in. I'm going to put probably the equivalent of a tablespoon of soya sauce into here. There's not quite enough there, but never mind. It really should be sesame oil, but I haven't got any. This is a Chinese oil. It's a ginger-based oil. I've no idea, I can't read the writing, but it should be sesame oil. And then you just put a little bit of that in, no more than a teaspoon of that in. Okay? Now, this duck has been marinated with 5 spice powder and sea salt, rubbed into the skin. The skin was pricked all over, and it's been in the marinade for a few hours. You can leave it in overnight. Now this goes over the top of the can, like so. Now, it could, if you're moving it about or testing it, fall over. So it has to go into the oven very, very carefully.
I think if you stick out that leg, that can stabilize it a little bit. The other one as well. Yeah, yeah. Like this.
I knew he was a clever.
No, I've just seen it from here.
You're absolutely right. I can't see it from that.
Yeah.
Now this is going into my right on the very bottom. Otherwise, it's too high for the oven. This is perfect for a barbecue. If you have a barbecue, one of those great big ones with the lid that comes down, this just fits in perfectly and it will barbecue beautifully. I haven't got one and I'm inside, so it's going in the oven. But remember, primarily it's for a barbecue. Okay, I'll come back to you and show you what we do after an hour. This duck, with a can up its bottom, I was being very polite, has been in the oven for an hour on, I turned it down to 160. It's going to go back up to 180 and it's going to go in for another hour. During that hour, I will baste it every 15 minutes. So Marco, will you put the timer on for every 15 minutes?
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
Now, In the baste, we've got 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. The one I really like you get from the Chinese supermarket. We've got one that comes from, I think, Mercadona. It isn't particularly good, but mixed with this mix it'll be fine. 2 tablespoons sweet chili sauce, 2 tablespoons of runny honey, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and a little tiny bit of the cider that I nearly forgot to leave because I drank it. And I remember, you shut up, you. Right, that is all mixed together, and this is going over the duck. All over the duck. Now, this is a really lovely marinade, and I'm going to take it out of the oven or slide the tray out and just keep topping it up. So put it all over there. Now what will happen is the honey and the sweet chili sauce will go sticky. So although it looks watery now, it won't stay watery. Okay, I'll see you later. And when it comes out, I'm going to show you how to make the sauce that I'm going to have with it and the vegetables. See you later. So this is the finished duck after 2 hours of cooking, basting for the last hour with the honey, soy sauce and chili, sweet chili sauce. And now I'm going to show you how absolutely it's just falling away. Beautiful, beautiful. The skin has the flavour of all of those spices that we put in, and it tastes absolutely gorgeous. I keep picking a bit off the side. It's lovely. This is really, really superb. It's supposed to rest for 30 minutes. This has been 15 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to go over and make an orange sauce to go with it. To finish off, I'm going to show you the simplest orange sauce you could possibly make. In here, we have the stock from the boiled up giblets from the duck, with a stock cube in it. It's actually a chicken stock cube, and it's boiling up. Into that, I poured the interior of that duck. Remember, the interior of the duck is not fatty. It's got the cider, the garlic, the ginger, and I sieved it into there. But if you just want to make an ordinary orange sauce, all you have to do is have some nice stock, add some 6 segments of oranges and some orange juice there, and a really good marmalade. Hard to get here, but in the UK quite easy. 2 spoonfuls of the really good marmalade. Stir that all round until it dissolves. I'm going to put it up a little bit again now. When it dissolves, we will add some corn flour to thicken it. So this has already got the soy sauce flavour, the duck flavour, the garlic and the ginger flavour. It's a beautiful base for a sauce. But you can make an orange sauce quite simply with stock, orange juice, oranges and corn flour. I'm just getting this to the boil, and then I'll show you at the end what I'm serving it with. Just some Vichy carrots and some red cabbage and a few green beans. Right, corn flour. The corn flour is mixed with a little bit of water, and then stir it in, and you will probably see it thicken. Put the rest of it in. starts to thicken quite quickly. If it doesn't, I have to add a little bit more corn flour, but I think that might do in a minute. Let me check it out. First of all, I'm going to taste it, just to make sure that it doesn't need anything else. My goodness me, that is good enough to serve in a Michelin star restaurant. There. So what we're doing now, corn flour is in, I'm just reducing it by boiling it up, and it'll be absolutely superb. I'll show you the finished result in a minute. Okay everybody, this is what Marco and I are going to eat tonight, this beautiful duck which is falling off the bone, with the orange sauce which you've just seen me make. This is red cabbage with apple, this is green beans, and this is Vichy carrot, cooked with sugar, a little bit of chicken stock and butter.